Hi, this is Josh Clark with this week's episode of Be Your Best. I've got a question for you today. What do you want the dash on your tombstone? At the end of your life, what do you want it to read? You know, there's only one thing you can really have an impact on or control over. Not the day you're born or the day you die, but what does the dash read? Is it a bold dash or is it a pale dash? You know, do you just try to survive and make it out of here alive? Because you won't, right? None of us will make it out of here alive. Or do you dream big dreams, big goals? Do you go big? Do you believe God to do great things in your life? Or do you play realistic and say, you know, who am I to think I could do great things? Who am I to think I could impact the world? You know, when I think of dreaming big dreams and big goals, I'm inspired by the race to put man on the moon. Aren't we all? You know, I think of the speech that President John F. Kennedy gave before Congress on May 25th, 1961. He said, if we are to win this battle that is now going on around the world between freedom and tyranny, he went on to say, this nation should commit to achieving the goal before the decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth. And he went on to say in another speech at Rice, the famous moon speech at Rice Stadium, he said, we choose to go to the moon in this decade and do other things, not because they're easy, but because they are hard. So my question to you is, are you willing to do big things, hard things, and challenge yourself and believe God to do a miracle? You know, he also said in that speech before Congress, he said, if we are to go only halfway or to reduce our sights in the face of difficulty, he said, in my judgment, it'd be better to have not gone at all. And see, I agree with that. You know, go big or go home. Either believe God to do big things and set your sights on big, audacious goals and dreams, or it's better to not have even tried. You know, when you dream big dreams, you may not always achieve them. You may not always hit them. In fact, you won't. But guess what? You'll get much closer for having dreamed big. You'll inspire those around you as they see you not only dream the big dream, but put forth the daily, consistent effort to reach that goal. See, I'm here to tell you, don't give up. If you feel like you've hit that messy middle, don't give up. Dream big. Maybe that dream's not big enough. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why you're facing discouragement. You know, I think of the fact that, as you know, 10 years later, or not even 10 years later, July 20th of 1969, Apollo 11, with Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, who I've had the privilege of getting to know a bit and having dinner with, they amazing guy. They landed on the moon and they inspired the world. Who are you inspiring? I know you're going to make a huge difference. I know you're going to be a catalyst to change the world. I think of 1 Chronicles 4:10 and the prayer of Jabez. And there's been a famous, best-selling book written, The Prayer of Jabez. And we don't know a lot about him, but here's what we know about him, is that Jabez's name meant pain because he caused his mother great pain in childbirth. And so, but we know that he was an honorable man, more than all his brethren. And he prayed to God. He prayed this. He said, oh, that you would bless me indeed, that you would enlarge my territories, and that you would keep me from evil, and that I would not cause pain to others. And so, you know what? Not only did he not cause pain, God answered his prayer, and he went out there, and he became a huge blessing. His territories were enlarged. And so I want to encourage you, what are you praying? Are you believing God to do big things? You know, don't ask that you would just function in the midst of dysfunction. You know, don't pray that your kids would just survive this grade or they'd pass this grade. No, I pray that God would make them catalysts to change the world, to impact their generation, and not only their generation, but generations to come. And they know that's my prayer. I pray that right in front of them, that not only would they not just survive the class, but they would make an impact, that they would encourage and inspire others to be their best. What are the prayers that you're praying for your wife, for your husband, for your children, for your boss, for your employees, for your coworkers, for your team, for your organization? My challenge to you is this, that you would pray for them, that you would pray big things. I pray that also for yourself and for others. And then secondly, I ask that you would identify 3 areas, 3 goals, or maybe you haven't set them as goals at all yet, but you would 3 areas that you wish that God would use you or bless you or allow you to do. And I want you to multiply that times 10 to where you get excited about it, to where you inspire others with it. And don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry. They'll always be around. Don't let that hold you back. And then what I want to encourage you with here at the end is 2 Chronicles 15:7. It says, but be strong and do not let your hands be weak, for your work shall be rewarded. And so if this video has encouraged you, I want to ask you to go out there and share it with others, and together we can be a catalyst to change the world, one person at a time. God bless. Go out there and make it a great week.